Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geomologist Presents. Today, my stalwart players and I are going to finish at least part of our Marvel Multiverse Roleplaying Presents Operation Deep Freeze and Thunderclap. We'll probably finish Deep Freeze very easily, maybe jump into Thunderclap, at least maybe do an info dump and some investigative type stuff, and then call it a night. It'll be a quicker session, maybe. But we'll see, because you never know what heroes can get into. And speaking of heroes, I will introduce our players, and they will tell me who they are playing. First, we have Amy.
Hello, I'm Amy. I am playing Natasha Romanoff, better known as Black Widow.
And then we have Arlen.
Hi, I'm Arlen, and I am playing Bucky Barnes, aka the Winter Soldier.
All right. And does anyone remember what happened last time? It has been some time since we played.
Bucky tried to get himself killed. Actually, that's
Oh,
not.
I
That's
remember it
not.
differently.
It's not really
Okay.
true. I'll let you tell it.
We had tracked down. We got an order from Nick Fury to go check out this old old Hydra Soviet base. There was some activity there, and so we went in and we found this building out in the middle of nowhere, but it has like a whole bunker complex underneath it. So at the start of last session, we went down into the bunker, and there's a bunch of kind of like holding cell type stuff, and then more like laboratory type stuff. And we found out about this whole story of like a weird werewolf serum or something that was being tested and was eventually given to a kid. And then it turns out it was being given to the kid's dad, and he was down there and was in werewolf form. And also, there were some AIM guys up top, and they were trying to get a hold of the serum too, because, that's the sort of stuff AIM likes to do. And yeah, then we fought the werewolf thing, and he scratched up Winter Soldier, something fierce.
Yeah.
And I think we were just trying to figure out, well, what's the thing? Because there were some people who ran away from the building as we were getting there. We decided to let him go, but
There's a werewolf there.
yeah, I guess we need to figure out where they went and if there's anything we need to do to take care of them, perhaps.
Yeah,
Right.
we did find a vial of a substance. We didn't know if it was an antidote or what it was. So we decided not to have you drink it. No drinking it. Not yet. Because
Yeah, and then also, like, Avar's, your person who had driven you out there, it looked like the police had found him. I guess
well, we called Nick Fury, who Natasha calls Furry, to come take care of him.
Okay. Yeah. Here's the.
But that's before. That was when we were originally going into the bunker.
There's a thing in the vault. The vault looks like that. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So this is kind of where they're at. I think this is right. I think this is the right place. Nope. That was a bunker.
That's the bunker. We were out near. I think they were the bubbles. Bubbles.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, like over here. Right. And I can probably get rid of. I can get rid of this right here. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I hope.
because we basically blew it up.
Yeah, I got blown up. Yeah, so they're like you guys are where it says base, right here.
And the cars were up here, I think, right?
There's like these jeeps had taken off already. These are those guys. When you got there, there were some guys coming or leaving, and then they looked like they were injured. Then they took off this way. But there are some other cars that are parked there.
Yep.
So you
I
guys
guess we should go. Yeah, check out those other cars.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think Black Widow would tell you. We insert. I will drive. I don't know that you might need to drink some more water.
Mm.
Yeah, so healing is interesting in this game. We kind of looked it up. Um, I had the page, no power will. Um, I lost it, of course, already. The recovery. We'll look at the. Oh, we're playing. This is a game we're playing, by the way. Marvel Multiverse, but it's under recovery, which is on page 36 of the CRB. For those following along at home. So normally, after a tough day of combat, characters who want to get back in full fighting form, if they're not dead or shattered, they get lost health and focus equal to their rank. Every hour, they take it easy. So normally you would heal, whatever that is, whatever your rank is. So I guess you guys are rank 3. Is that right?
Yeah, 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you guys, I mean, it didn't take you an hour to get out of there. However, Bucky, what's that? What you roll?
I didn't roll anything.
Someone roll something?
No, I didn't roll anything. I was asking a question.
Oh, how do you get your karma back? That's a good question. We'll have to look that up. So you get your health and focus, like I said, once every hour. Taking you about 5 minutes to get out of the bunker. And Bucky, you're feeling a little better, actually. You probably regained at least 6 points back.
6 focus?
I know 6 health. No focus has gotten back yet.
Okay.
That's going to be your.
Because I don't think I lost any health, right?
No, you didn't lose any health. You lost some focus. Your no focus comes back.
Okay.
All right, and
Well, I do
I
also
guess you spent all your karma.
I spent all my karma, yeah.
I spent all but
I
one.
think. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me look at.
I do also have
a thing.
do this all day, which lets me basically trade focus for health, but more efficiently than just a direct trade. Because it's, Captain America.
Yeah, you kind of use your focus to heal yourself.
Yeah. Like in the Mission Impossible movie where Henry Cavill reloads his fists.
Mm-hmm. He does. He did that.
It's the move that he does. They're in the bathroom and it's him and Tom Cruise fighting another guy, right? And he gets beat up and then he stands back up and he does this move with his fist that looks conceptually similar to the way that in an action movie you would have a character reload dramatically, but it's it's the joke about it being reloading with his fists.
Earning karma. So the narrator can give a character a point of karma for several reasons at their discretion. But I will give you. Everyone gets 1 karma back.
Okay.
Because you completed, in a way, you completed the first part of the mission more or less, and now it's like follow up. So I think that earns karma, right? So the way you get karma, you did an excellent job role playing. You rescued someone. You went out of your way to help somebody. You made an inspiring speech. You shouted your catchphrase at an appropriate moment. We're not going to do the thing where I just shout my catchphrase randomly, so give me karma. One of the character's challenging traits came into play.
I don't even know what Black Widow's catchphrase is, so I don't think I'll be spitting it out much.
I think she doesn't have a catchphrase. She has a catch pose.
Yeah, I don't think either of our characters really does catchphrase.
Yeah, Bucky just stares at people.
Yeah.
Or stares at people and glares at them. Kind of funny.
Or he does shows up on a motorcycle. Maybe that's his catch moment.
Yeah.
Pushes cars with his fake arm. He's done that once.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, anyway, but that's how you earn karma back. But
okay.
For sure. What I'll probably do is at least give you 1 karma at the beginning of the session. So it's kind of like you don't get it all back. Maybe at the end of the mission after some downtime. But at least in between session all right. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you made your stealth roll already. You made your stealth roll last time, so you weren't spotted. But I don't think you want to engage the police, right?
No. We had called Nick Fury, although Natasha calls him Furry. because that's how it comes off with her accent, and ask him to take care of him because he's quite sweet and nice and has a family and he can't do this to them. So, but they did that before they went into the bunker. So I think it's been quite some time now.
Yep. And then you had learned that there's a warehouse to go visit in Riga. That was the other important thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, so you can get to the cars.
Yes.
You can either get in there quiet or have Bucky just open the door.
Well,
smash and open. I don't know. What do you want to do?
maybe let her try first.
Yeah, seems like if you've got a lockpick or something.
I don't know that I do. I have sneaky. I have a
There was something.
sneaky. I have connections, combat support,
Didn't
weapons
we?
blazing.
There is a trait that she has that allows her to do that,
Yeah, I thought I did.
like spycraft or something.
Snap shooting, sniping, sneaky.
Well, I think last time we said that we would have a lockpick as part of our gear from S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well, they did give us that. They gave us that because we used it on those doors.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what power I have for that, but I know we used it and I had something for it. Defensive stance.
Yeah, so it'd just be like a
logic bleeding.
check.
Logic check. Oh, I have a 1. So non-combat. This might end badly. Hold on over there.
Nope. You're able to open the door pretty easily, and might as well. You don't need to roll a second time to hotwire it. Fine.
Okay.
You figure it out.
All right. So Bucky, do you want me to drive while you rest?
Sure, if you want to. That seems like a good plan.
I don't know. You normally don't let me drive, but we'll try. Let's see. What do I use for driving? Carl?
I mean, don't worry about that. You'll just use like a logic check.
Another one?
Yeah, to make sure you don't get lost.
Well,
there's a
only a 10 this time.
Yeah, well, there's 2 clear roads to get from here back to Riga. One is the P93, then there's the A7. You have to be on country roads and then head towards one of the highways.
Well, did we want to head back to Riga, or did we want to try and figure out where the Jeeps went, like tracking them?
Yeah, well, I guess if you follow, they kind of drove towards the railroad tracks and kept driving. It looks like, right?
I think we're hoping that they're going towards the warehouse in Riga.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if there's a good way to figure out where they've gone otherwise in the short term. Seems like, otherwise what we need to do is just tell Nick Fury, hey, we're worried about these guys.
Right.
Yeah, maybe you can get eyes
on
this guy.
There is a radio jammer in the car as well, by the way. Okay.
That's good to know.
All right. So roll a d6 then.
Me?
Yep.
Oh, I hope I don't hit anything. I'm trying to roll a d6. Here we go. It is a 5.
Hey, you find yourselves eventually on the A7.
Hey, there we go.
So I think I have a map of Latvia.
Yeah, there's a handout.
Yeah, so here you're down in Yakova, and you find your way eventually to the road that goes straight north.
Hey, there we go.
Which is the A7. So, okay.
This one here. Okay.
All right. Amazingly, you don't get lost.
That's only because Bucky's probably reading the map.
Mm-hmm.
Natasha's doing her best to drive in a straight line and not hit anything because that could potentially happen.
Okay. All right. I can't remember if you guys hit this at night or in the morning. I can't remember.
It was Sorry, go ahead.
It was definitely dark when we got here. I think like a little after midnight or something.
That or dawn, one or the other.
Okay. So we probably have to ask Google how far it is from Yakima to Riga very quickly.
The map has helpfully says 48 minutes if we're going the short route, an hour and 5 minutes if we're going the long route.
Okay. On the
I
map
guess
of
that's to the city center of Riga, so we're not necessarily trying to go to the city center, but
okay.
'Cause
40 so 48 minutes. So okay. So it takes you like a little over an hour.
what I have written down is we left out shortly after dinner.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you hit it right away. Okay. So you get there, you get there like, you know, in it says about an hour, right? So the temperature, it's definitely temperature is it's cold. There's like it's snowing. Um, so it says 48 minutes, so an hour. We'll say an hour. An hour by the time you find the warehouse. Okay.
Okay.
So 5 minutes you heal 6. So
Just out of curiosity, is there any water or food in this car? Even snacks or candy or something?
no, but hey, Bucky, you got 30 health back,
oh boy.
and all of you guys get your rank in focus back.
I don't know what my rank is.
3. So everyone gets 3 focus back because of the
Okay.
time.
I'm almost all the way back.
Yeah, that's curious.
I'm only down
Yeah.
nine focuses now.
Very strange.
Okay. All right. So the temperature has definitely dropped. By the time you get there, though, while it was snowing on the way, at least the snow has stopped. So using the address on the warehouse invoice you found in the AIM agent's pocket, you make your way to the warehouse district,
Okay.
specifically warehouse number 3. It's on an unnamed road off uh, Tavaika Ialia in the northern district. You see, even though here late at night, oddly enough,
Just out of curiosity, would I have my headlights on or off?
that's up to you.
What do you think, Winter Soldier?
I'm sure these special tricked out Audis come with an option to go at night with the headlights off,
Okay.
which
What do we roll for luck in this game?
I don't know.
You know, we could do. We could just roll 3d6 because you guys are. You're level 3,
So
and
each.
we'll see what we hit. Yeah. Well,
each
one of you.
well, I've been rolling. Would you like to roll?
I'll
Evan?
roll 3d6. Ooh,
Oh,
very bad.
No, they do not. They're not. They have a one of them has the one that you got has a radio jammer, but it does not have like, you know.
Oh, well,
well,
I guess we'll just drive up regular,
well,
or maybe we'll park around the block.
Yeah, you can park around the block and.
wouldn't we have fog lights? Like not totally bright headlights, but like the fog lights. You know what I'm talking about? The ones that.
Yeah. Once you get in there, you can turn the fog lights on, and then you see, right, there's various buildings here,
Okay.
and then the warehouse over here. So you could park around the corner, right, and then
Yep.
Try to hide it as well as I could.
obviously this is not to scale. This is just to right. The car is like about this. These are trucks here. There's a truck.
Mhm.
So, all right. I know you guys are both sneaky, right?
Yes, I believe we both are. I know I am.
Yeah.
Pretty certain he is.
Yeah, sneaky.
Yes. Sneaky little hobbits.
So you have an edge on your agility when sneaking around, and and enemies have trouble. That's nice.
Okay. I have that same one too. I don't think I need to press it though. So, what do you need us to roll?
Yeah, I mean, it sort of depends on how you're gonna approach openly or you gotta go. You need to find a G2.
Well, Natasha will ask Bucky, do you want me to go up to them and have car troubles? See if they will come help me over here on the road? While I distract them, you can go in.
I mean, I don't. Seems like what we need to do is more like take him out quietly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe we just sneak up behind him and do the, action movie
Snip, snip,
snapper.
snip, snip.
Okay. So you have an edge on your. So go ahead and make your agility. Roll your agility. You have an edge.
Okay,
Yep.
so
Yep.
agility non-combat.
Yeah, I have their. I mean, I'm not going to roll their. Yeah. So you have an edge. So although
So am I rolling agility non-combat or agility attack?
it doesn't. In this case, it doesn't matter. But yeah, well, if you roll agility attack, you did it correct because it didn't give the like damage or anything, so you're fine.
I didn't. I haven't rolled.
Okay.
I don't know how to roll it with an edge.
Oh, just roll it, and then remember you like hit the little
Okay.
you mouse over one of the dice and okay. Oh yeah, you guys are you're good.
So which one would I do the edge for? The 3?
Yeah, probably the 3.
Okay.
Yeah, you just do the lowest die.
Okay,
Oh
so
wow,
18.
Yeah.
even better. Okay. Yeah, they are like they totally don't see you, so if you guys like
Snip, snip,
approach from either side, you can get a surprise attack on these guys.
snip, snip.
So that'll be an attack with an edge, whether you're gonna do it like without with a melee or you can do melee or ranged.
I have to look at
So
what she has.
so you can attack with an edge on these guys.
I
They
think
do
I'm
look. They
gonna
don't
do.
look like a. They don't look like they're not in like yellow uniforms or green uniforms. They don't look like a. They're probably guards in the employ of someone, but they look civilian-esque, probably maybe paramilitary. Who knows?
All right. I'll just give him a little bit of a concussion instead of a
Yeah,
big one.
they have armored vests. Um, right, they're standing under. There's a light there. They have armored vests. They look like they have a pistols.
Hmm.
So okay.
So I'll let Bucky go first, and if he misses, then I'll use my snap shooting. If he doesn't, I'll just go after the one.
Well, oh, you guys have silencers, I guess, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my snap shooting.
I'm gonna assume you guys have silencers or picked them up. I think you did.
We already had him,
Okay.
to my
All right.
Yeah.
knowledge.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm gonna do, the classic metal arm, just kind of grab him at the head and smack face down into the pavement
Mm-hmm.
because that seems like a classic thing to do.
20 damage.
Here, let me just for good measure use the edge. Look at that, and I get
24 damage.
a little bit extra. I get an extra +4 for my attack stance.
That's 28 damage.
28 damage.
All right. Oh, what?
Should I be using attack stance then, since you were... I have that same thing.
Yeah, but that would be it's only useful in melee if you do that.
Yeah, it's a melee martial arts thing.
Right.
So even though
I was only going to use the gun if for some reason you didn't injure yours.
okay, so you can go into attack stance and do like something similar. All right, so he with 24 damage. He goes.
Okay.
He goes down. Pop. Okay.
And do I have an edge on my melee too?
Yes, both of you do.
Okay.
They didn't see you coming.
That was really bad.
You haven't. You can roll the edge.
That's still really bad. It rolled the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
missed, I guess.
Yeah, you missed, or you can use karma to
reroll.
to use it to reroll one of the other dice.
I'll do that.
Maybe one of the twos.
Yeah, we'll see. It might
Well,
give
the
me
damage will only be 11. Oh,
I don't know. Well, it's too bad I already spent it, so we'll see. didn't get much better. 11 for 11
11.
damage.
I think 11 is a hit though. In this
But
case,
remember,
yes, 11 is a.
remember
11's
I'm
a hit.
using the stance, so I double my melee ability bonus to damage.
So what is that?
So
Make it
13.
13 points.
Which is still better than nothing.
Well, you hit him. The good thing
Yeah.
is with using that karma, you hit him, and he goes down
Good enough.
with 13 damage. Yeah. All right. All right. Okay. And you can probably both make a vigilance check.
Vigilance.
Yeah, vigilance.
So non-combat.
Oh yeah. Bucky, you well, both of you see it, but Bucky, I guess one of the so like there's definitely like guards on the other side of the building, like you see in here, and one of them probably like lit a cigarette, or something. You see a flat after you knock that guy silly, you peek around the corner and you see this guy, the light from there, so you're like, oh, there's probably a couple guards over there. And you can hear it's really quiet, with this the snow is on the ground and it's very quiet, so they're kind of chit chatting and echoes, and you can hear them. But they must have been talking too loud or laughing because they did not hear you take those guys out.
Okay.
But you see that there are other guards there. But now you are there in front of the doors.
Do we want to take out those guards before we go in, or just go in?
I mean, I guess it depends on if we think we're going to be able to get inside quietly. Suppose it probably wouldn't hurt to take out those guys before we go in.
Yeah, because they're not expecting us. So, do we need to roll sneaking again, Carl? Do we
Hold on
need?
a second. Oh, right. That makes sense. Okay. Are you going to go get them or are you going to go inside?
No, we're gonna go get them. But do we have to roll our sneaking again?
I don't. I mean, I'll take your vigilance as your sneak roll.
Okay.
That's fine. You need to. All right. So yeah, you can sneak up to them, especially with Bucky's Marvel success there, or fantastic success.
Yeah. I will
Sorry.
wait again to see what Bucky does. So I'll get into my spot there. Because I do have a silencer on the gun, so it might be more effective if I just shoot him. But if need be, I'll go after him again.
All right, I'm gonna do same thing. Grab them in the face and smack their head into something.
Yep. Sorry.
Seems to work.
Yeah.
It's the number of the beast in this case.
Oh boy.
So do you want me to try the attack stance again, or do you want me to just shoot him?
What?
Should just do what you're gonna do, Black Widow.
I think we were hoping to just knock these guys out, which, in superhero comments, you don't, you get knocked out and apparently don't take any brain damage. So,
yeah.
Which is true. So I'll do my attack stance so I can double the damage and try. Hopefully it's better this time. And do I still have the edge?
Yeah.
Okay.
$14, so 16 damage. That's it.
Well, I have my edge.
Okay.
How did it go down? I did the edge. How did it go down?
That's weird.
Because there's my.
I rolled it.
Oh no, you rolled a 2. You rolled a 2.
Rolled it twice. Yeah.
No, because I only did this was my original one, the 12, and then I rolled the other, and it did a 5, 4, 5. I don't know why it did it down below. It should be the 16.
Oh, you only rolled. You rolled it twice for some reason. It's fine.
I don't know why.
16 is still a hit. 16 damage.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, 14 damage, and then I have the extra.
Yeah.
From the attack stance, so it'd be 17 damage. Another 3?
16.
16.
It's double your
Double
attribute
the
bonus basically.
yeah.
So
Oh,
the
okay.
4 times 3 plus 2 to 4 times 3 plus 4.
Okay.
All right. But that's okay.
Yeah, I didn't
He's
mean
out.
to roll it twice. I only hit it once.
Yep. Well, he's out.
Okay. All right. Black Widow is going to high five Winter Soldier.
No time for high fiving.
Totally,
Mental high five.
Totally time to high five. He's right there.
All right.
So now we have to go back and sneak in, right?
Oh, you can probably do
There's
it.
probably an entrance on both sides.
Is there?
Presumably that's why they have guards on both sides.
Can I search the guards for keys to see if maybe one of them was carrying keys so that we don't have to break the door open? Or if they have like a key card or something?
Flashlight, handheld radios. They have armor vest. They have a 6 hours, 380.
Can I put his armored vest on?
I mean, it's not going to help you.
Oh, if it's not going to help, I won't. So
will it?
I don't know.
Would it lower by one? I guess it might. Yeah, it'd probably help you. It lower any damage by one. Okay.
Damage -1. Do you want one
All right.
too, Bucky?
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just going in, right?
Yeah, you just go in.
Yep.
Cool.
You probably
Let's
find
do
like
it.
a key card that makes sense. Find a key card
Yeah.
to open. All right. So you're in a warehouse, and you can search.
Yep. So what do you want me to roll for searching?
It doesn't look like you have. Well, yeah. I just roll vigilance. And we'll see we'll interpret the results. From that.
You want me
14?
too?
Yeah, each of you can make a vigilance check.
Oh, not so good. That's okay.
Okay. All right. So you guys searching together, or like just a big warehouse? Or you searching separate?
I would think we're staying together, aren't we? Because I could think she's looking while he's watching, and then I can watch while he's looking, type of thing.
Okay.
Or do you disagree, Arlen?
I guess it depends on. I mean, that'll go slower, but that's definitely seems like safer. So, I think the idea of sticking together is probably good.
Okay.
All right. So while Natasha is searching through stuff, Bucky, you see like a person, and then you see you guys, and the guy starts running. It doesn't look like it's an unarmed person, like maybe a worker, like the custodian or something.
Mm.
Do we need to go?
Can I try to?
It's a dungeon plunger custodian.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Can I try to chase after and tackle him?
Yeah, you can do that.
Cool. You want me to roll agility?
Yeah, it's just do an agility roll.
There
you catch him, you tackle him.
Yeah.
He starts he starts in Latvian. I just work here. I just work here. Please. And then in Russian also, just in case.
Yeah. So Bucky's gonna do hand over the mouth. He does. Then takes it off.
Yep. You knock over his like bucket and stuff. And
Yeah. And
he
then,
has a whole set of keys.
Oh yeah, so I'll be like, hey, take the keys. Also, what's going on here? Who are these people?
I don't. I would say with an edge, it's an ego roll. Yeah, and then if you have any ability to intimidate.
I think I have something with.
Well, I have. It's not. We're not in combat though, right? So I can't support. Because I have combat support, but I think I have to be in battle for it, right?
That's a combat thing.
I have leverage, but that only works on people that I've already investigated. And this guy's a nobody, so I'll just do an eco. Oh,
Oh,
look at that. Here we go.
yeah. Okay, no
No
problem.
extra, but
Yeah, he tells you that some people came in here. He thought they were from Egypt or the Middle East, but they weren't speaking. But I think they work from some other organization.
hmm
And he will say uh, their leader was named Adnan Rahal, and he left carrying a book with him. And they said something about shipping a container of special material, and it left already. Must have left on the ship hours ago.
well,
They
that's
they were
not
very
good.
they were very quick, right? They got here very quick, and I just started
Yeah.
my shift, and
Oh boy. Anything else interesting here? That we should know about?
they were in a hurry, so they probably left stuff, and that's probably when Natasha, looking through stuff.
All right. Well, I think, yeah, one of us should look through stuff and the other one should call Nick Fury and let him know the bad news.
Yeah, but so with Natasha, with your vigilance role,
Mhm.
you do find in a locker you find a cell phone. Um,
Okay.
it's covered. It's like bloody and stuff, but they must have left it or dropped it or thought not to check it.
Okay.
Um, Everything else in here is like a normal cargo for a typical importer exporter.
Okay.
Um,
Do I see any manifests or
Vandalay exports.
Vandalay exports? Do I see any shipment records? Like
No,
the ship where it was going, any manifests or anything?
no.
Or computers that I could get into?
I mean, presumably there are only so many ships going in and out at any given time, right? We
Right.
can just
Yeah.
figure out
Yeah.
when they left and which ships could be carrying the
Right.
stuff.
So you call Fury.
Hello, Furry. Furry, we have news. Bucky found nice guy with keys. I give him phone. You tell him. Here you go.
Yeah, we've got bad news. Looks like I don't know, what do you call it? Looks like the goose has left the nest, if you know what I mean. By which I mean that there's some bad guys here. We ran into some AIM guys down in the old Hydra bunker, and looks like they may have gotten something out of it and put it on a ship heading out of Riga early this morning.
Okay. All right. So I guess you need a lift.
Yeah, well, and we should also. So I'm feeling a little strange. I don't know if you could have, the boys in the lab coats take a look. Um, I'm feeling really good, but also, feel like I really need a shave. That makes sense.
It
All
is
right.
okay, Furry. He might get fur. He bitten by werewolf. We need to have inoculation.
What? What? All right. So oh yeah.
It is okay. He has it under control, but it's making him feel weird. So can you get
Yeah.
here sooner than later?
So,
Pretty soon, professional athletes will be taking the werewolf serum because it's undetectable in steroids tests.
because
You only
you
get
can
a little
imagine Nick
furry.
Fury, right? It'll be like a Teen Wolf all over the
Yep.
nation. All right.
Yep.
Cool.
We are
All right.
reliving the 80s.
Okay. All right. So let's take a break and let me look at the info dump and see what I need to um, look at and effectively before we take the break. So you hear a chopper, you get the cell phone.
Get to the chopper.
You don't find any. Yeah, a chopper kind of comes down and lands. I guess they have to take the custodian into custody too. Um, but he promised that he will be paid well.
Did you get
So,
our other contact out of jail?
yes, we're working on that.
There's a
He'll
difference
be fine. He'll be
between.
fine.
There's
He'll
a.
be fine.
He
Avars will
has
be fine.
children. He has children. Come on, furry.
All right. All right.
I'm more concerned about my bookie.
Okay. All
All
right.
right.
So yeah, let's pause for a little bit. Let me check to see what happens at headquarters. They're flying you
Yeah.
back. They're flying you back to London.
Sounds good. While we fly, they can hit the thumbs up button. Paused.
All right. So they jet you back to London. By the time you get to London, you're fully healed, Bucky.
Mm.
And you probably healed within like a half an hour of the flight. Um,
And what about our focus?
and your focus is probably you probably got like 6 focus back each.
Okay. That means I'm only down 3.
I guess no one really says anything. Shield agents don't really talk to you or whatever until you get there to the London headquarters, and immediately, Bucky, you are taken to medical. Of course, you're allowed to change and clean up and stuff. Except, well, Bucky, you're
Hmm.
not. But Tasha, you're allowed to change, and they said that we're gonna meet very quickly. I guess you give him the serum and the burner phone that you found.
Natasha wouldn't leave Bucky's side until he was out of surgery. Then she would go talk to him. She would have given him all of that, but
Okay, well, they take all that and they take you to Section M, and they give you guys. Well, the first they kind of take your blood, both of you. Uh, they give you a shot of antibiotics and some vitamins, and each of you, uh, if you let them, they they inject a small capsule in your left forearm under the wrist,
what are
and the
you
doc,
microchipping me now? I am
the
not a
medical,
dog.
the medical technician, her name is Anna Paul, says it's just precautionary. It's just precautionary. Well, and then they look at Bucky and they're like, "Oh, we have to do the right side."
She wants to grab me and say, "Where is yours?" If
All
it's
right,
just precautionary, where is yours?
you can eco them down if you don't want these injected in you.
Well, I mean, what's the purpose of it?
I don't know.
Furry! Okay, let's see. I don't know, is that enough to get him down 15?
Oh yeah, for this the medical technician.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Furry, why are you putting microchip in us? We are not dogs.
You like look at the nearest camera and say that,
Yes.
and Nurse Paul says, it's just precautionary. It's just precautionary.
Where is yours? If it's just precautionary, you should have one too. I am not a lab rat.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Is she
All
saying
right.
that to me or is Nick?
Yeah, she's saying that. Nick doesn't. You just like look at the camera, and Nick Fury's not responding. Whoever's at the other end of the camera probably has to go get him. All this kind of stuff.
You are not putting anything in me or Bucky until Nick tells me I have to do it. Do I make
Oh,
myself clear?
yeah. All right, Bucky. Roll me a d6.
Is he still in surgery?
No, he's not in surgery. They just took blood and stuff like.
Okay.
D6. Okay. And now the 6 is that right? Uh, I think there's 6. Yeah. Fine. Yeah. All
There's
right.
6
And
of
then
them holding him down?
no, 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 no. And then roll me a logic check. All right.
Are you letting him put the microchip in your arm?
I don't really want him to. I think I'd like,
Yeah.
Okay.
somebody with a little more security clearance to come and explain.
Yeah, they're not just doing that.
Right.
Then
You have a sudden sense of like anger, but you're able
Mm.
to like shake your head and realize that you're not. You look around you and because Natasha tried talked this person down and is like at your side and arguing for you or the both of you because they're gonna put a chip in Natasha too.
nope,
Uh,
she's not gonna let him.
but is like a sudden welling up of anger, but you're able to calm it down.
Mm.
Don't you touch him.
Let me see. Do you have to do that for everything? Uh,
She's gonna look up at the camera and Furry, come down here now, Furry. You need to
okay.
explain this to us.
Okay. All right. So anyway, something's happening clearly.
Yeah, I'll look up at the camera and say, and I'm starting to feel a little bit like I think Banner does, if you know what I'm saying. And then do a kind of big toothy grin at all of the doctors, as presumably they're starting to, back into the corner.
I don't know. Well, I guess Miss Paul like takes a or Nurse Paul like takes a step. Medical technician technically. Medical technician Paul takes a step back as you do that, and Natasha does. Has Bucky always had sharp canines? You know, some people have like sharper canines
Hmm.
than others.
She's gonna put her arm on his shoulder and say, I don't know what's going on, but I will find out for us.
Okay. All right. So, well, if you push that off, then eventually they let you get cleaned up as you go to the like
Is Furry gonna come
the
down and tell us what's going on?
no, you're supposed to meet like after you get cleaned up, you're supposed to meet in the conference room, auditorium. They'll come get you. All right, as you're going back to your like rooms to get or the areas to get cleaned up. You see as you're passing out of medical, Bucky and Natasha, since you're there, you see an isolation room and some shield workers are working to reinforce the structure.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of look over to you, but look away.
Did
All right,
we
and you
did
guys get
we do
cleaned up.
that? Did we do that? Did we break window?
No, they're like making it like a one of the isolation rooms.
Yeah, they're making one of the
They're
special
working to
chambers where they put somebody
yeah,
who's got superpowers.
right, right, okay,
Okay.
okay. So then as you guys get cleaned up, unless you do anything, you make it to the conference room or the auditorium.
Yeah.
And there's like 5 rows of 10 gray seats each. You know, the high expense here in Shield headquarters, London. At the front of the room is a single 6 foot high, long wooden top metal table and a chair. Behind that is a whiteboard or could be projection screen also. The room is well lit by overhead lights. Um, you also notice, you guys both notice, because you've probably been in rooms like this before.
Mm-hmm.
It's also soundproof, this room. So it's very, you know, as you settle down your seats, some other people scurry in and they put papers at the front of the room. And then there's um, some Fury
Like
and
you'll turn to Natasha and say, "Boy, you could hear a grenade pin drop in here."
I know. Maybe we should test it.
yeah, I mean, obviously Bucky always has a big arm weapon, but I mean Natasha You bring any weapons here?
Oh, she'll come fully suited.
Okay.
Because she's learned that whatever she leaves, whenever she goes to any meetings, they send them out right away, and then she ends up not being able to take everything.
Yeah. So just have Fury.
And she will have that bag of extra explosives too. She doesn't leave without them.
Oh no, you use that up to blow up the bunker.
She couldn't have gotten another one. Then she'll
Not
ask.
yet.
She'll
Not
ask for
yet.
another one. She'll just ask for another one.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, so the station chief.
Did Fury come in?
Yeah, they're coming in. I'm trying to get
Okay.
who's coming in. All right. So the station chief, guy named Robert Rice, comes in with Fury, and then there's also a couple other people. A short, curvy blonde woman with rimmed glasses, wearing a pantsuit under a long white lab coat. She has a tablet computer. There's a tall, thin woman, fair skin, blue eyes, long coppery red hair in a bun. Uh, and then there's also a short, average built man in green surgical scrubs, and a British military officer with an olive jacket and pants with a wide belt, maroon beret. Colonel, probably. Looks like a colonel. Beret is a gold emblem with a winged sword and a scroll that reads, "Who dares wins." That's a British SAS. Right. So, okay.
Well, Natasha is going to stop Fury from getting any further and say, "Why were you trying to put implant in us?"
It's just a precaution to help you out, just in case you get into trouble. Help you out of trouble.
No,
I don't know why. I don't know why you always, you, both of you. I don't know. Probably. I understand. Long years of treatment under the Soviets. I get it.
As we were walking over here, we saw a room being built up for another super. Keeping rooms and put all kinds of things into them like guinea pigs. What was purpose? What was the purpose? To track us? If you can
It's
track us,
precautionary.
others can track us. You keep saying that. Precautionary for what?
It's all precautionary. It's all just listen. Just listen. Sit down, Natasha. Sit down.
I will sit when I am ready. She'll stand up against the wall.
And that's when the British officer says, "See, this is why we should not use supas in these types of situations, Mr. Fury."
Okay. Then she'll start walking to the door.
Really gonna listen to a bridge too far over here? Come on.
We should go, Bucky. They obviously do not need our help.
Uh,
That guy in bed.
the station, the London chief goes, "Come on, just hear us out. You've done some great work already, and you might have to do some more." Yeah. And Nick says, "Natasha, you know me. I wouldn't, you know, stab you in the back."
I think this guy intends to.
And then, anyway, so the Rice raises his hand. You can hear the door locks go on, and light blinks overhead, and you kind of hear a buzz, which kind of suggests that they've kind of protected this room from like electronic surveillance as well. And then Rice, the Shield London chief, or the London bureau chief, naming Robert Rice. He was a tall, rail thin man, definite military bearing, dark hair, touches of gray, piercing blue eyes. Whereas he's unlike Fury, who's dressed in like more military, paramilitary gear. This guy's dressed in a business suit and tie. So Rice looks over and he says, "Look, we're collecting the materials. We distributed them to the appropriate sections. One vial of that serum, we sent it to medical, the burner phone, solver computers and communication, electronics to take in information. Thank you so much for what you've done. We've gotten all the paperwork that you've gotten from the offices at the old Latvian lab, and someone's looking at it in long-term threat assessment for analysis. Um,
Did you locate the ship that
we need to follow this. We need to follow this up. Well, we've called the previous Operation Deep Freeze. Now we are calling this one codename Thunderclap with an asterisk.
Mhm.
The mission is needed because of the massive damage that can be caused if we think the serum gets used in the outside work. I'll let Nick continue to give you further details. He goes, "Look, agents, we've got a major problem. The
we could have
Soviets,
told you that.
the Soviets, in their infinite wisdom, developed this biological agent to make super soldiers.
Yes,
Uh,
we were a part of those experiments.
well, yeah. It looks like it's different though than the Hydra serum. Anyway, they look like they were successful to the point that, well, it can have some devastating effect on the DNA of the recipient. And then you could, so Bucky, you kind of notice that who's the blonde woman and the guy in the surgical scrubs are kind of looking at you.
Natasha's gonna bump him and say, I think that girl has eyes for you, Bucky. I think she's attracted to your new canine
But
teeth.
they're looking at you like one would look at
Specimen?
yeah, a rat in a cage or a primate. Um,
Do you want me to shoot her for you?
there's not going to be any shooting. All right. Anyway,
I asked Bucky, not you, furry.
he goes, at ease, come on, at ease, says Fury. Okay, look,
Look at how they're looking at him.
I know how crazy it sounds, and I wouldn't have believed it myself if I hadn't started seeing, and then the debriefing you gave me on the way back from Riga, fighting a man wolf, werewolf, whatever you call him, and I guess Bucky got injured. We got to recover the serum. You all are under medical observation, and yes, we wanted to track you just in case. He pauses for a moment.
Next time, try telling us.
Anyway, you should check in with the sections before you leave. And we've also been given permission to utilize SAS air troops to maybe take out a hard target if you need backup.
Can I have
The
another?
The British guy goes,
What?
"Go ahead." No, he just says like, "That's me."
I would like another bag of explosives. You see how much I had to go through, and I had to get extra when I got there. So I think maybe 2 bags this time.
The woman in the lab coat, she says, "I've not met you, Miss Romanoff. I am Beverly D'Antonio."
It's nice to meet
She
you,
says, "It would have been
Beverly.
nice if you had not destroyed everything. We could have examined more things.
You don't
But
have any
we do not
idea
believe at
what was
least,
there. It would be
Fury, is
nice.
this woman always like this?"
Look, I don't have time for you, woman. You weren't there. You have no idea what you were looking at. And I don't like the way that you are looking at myself and Bucky. We are
Well,
not your rats to stick things in.
we'll know within 24 hours what's going on. Um, any symptoms that you need to report?
I did not get bitten by
Fury
you.
doesn't say Fury doesn't say anything. I know you've been talking to him,
Mm-hmm.
Bucky, but Fury's like, looks like looking around, like I know nothing.
He pull out a toothpick and starts working around it between his cans. I don't know. Still feeling a little weird.
What
And
was
then
in
she says,
those microchips?
just a tracking. Fury says, just a tracking device.
You're
Just in
lying
case.
to me, Fury. This is a doctor person. They put things into those. If it was microchip, you would have told me, but you are not answering me.
Well, right now we don't have. So the woman, the Antonia, says we don't have enough information to make any kind of decisions. I believe Miss Romanoff that even though you were exposed to the man wolf, they really don't want to call it a werewolf, the man wolf thing, you were probably not infected, but Mr. Barnes, you, well, you were bitten by the creature, scratched by the creature. She's like looking at her tablet.
We call
Yeah, but
that.
I'm feeling all better. I'm all healed up nice and quick, huh?
Do you have a shot for him? We do not want him to get rabies. Casey turns into man wolf.
Well, Fury says, well, uh, Fury says, well, they should still be on active duty. They're the only ones who kind of know what to look for. D'Antoni says, well, I guess. The other guy looks up and he says, I guess your blood samples are being processed. I apologize for the inconvenience. Medical technician Paul is a good person. She was not trying to do anything untoward.
What was in the
Wow.
microchip?
So Rice is like, says, well, if it does come up, we might have to put you on medical leave.
Mhm.
I
Seems like we got a
yes.
plan, right? Go after the ship, figure out how to recover our stuff. Or not our stuff, but
Stuff.
Hydra stuff.
So Fury says, "Okay, we're done here. Let's get moving."
Yep. And Bucky will stand up and say, "Nice to eat. I'm sorry, meet you all."
All right. So Fury kind of he kind of takes you out of the room.
Well, Hydra or
Bureaucracy.
Natasha wants to grab him by the arm and say, "Do you have something you can give my Bucky to help him, or do you not? You know as well as I did. I told you he was scratched and bitten. He is infected, and
Don't say that too loud.
your doctors are doing nothing. Help him.
What if it's contagious?
Then he's going to bite you."
I don't know.
Yeah,
If
but
anything, I feel the opposite of contagious.
At the moment, you do.
Really, ferociously healthy, if
well,
that makes
he drops you
sense.
off at the computer communications electronics section,
Yep.
and you meet with Fadila Sanon. She's she's an Algerian woman, and she's got all these computers and stuff around. Um, and she's a very tall woman, about 6 feet tall, of course in heels, and dressed in a press lab coat. Um, so she says, we've traced a lot that the cell phone comes from one sold in Cyprus about a year ago. While it is not GPS enabled, we are tracing the locations where it was used by determining the cell towers, blah, 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 info. I don't know. You probably guys are rolling your eyes by this time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Natasha is going to take out her flask of vodka and take a couple sips and pass it over to Bucky.
all right. Okay. You don't need to know how it was done. Anyway, there are 21 texts. I'll give you history of where this phone has been. And then there's some phone calls to 6 different numbers. They appear mostly to be burner phones also, and we've turned the numbers in to our long-term threat analysis section. So, and we've also talked to Interpol and other agencies to see if they might have copies or could find copies of this. All right.
Are any of
Well,
those
we're working as
burner
fast as we can. Do you have any questions?
are any of those burner phones from Russia?
No, they look like they're from, like I said, Cyprus mainly, maybe Crete.
So do Bucky and I get to take vacation in Crete? Check out the phones?
I think you're supposed to go to long-term threat and assessment next.
We never get to go to the beaches, Bucky. They never let us go to the beaches.
All right.
Well, you know, the beach isn't really a great place for somebody called the Winter Soldier.
I cannot do an Australian accent, but the next guy you meet is Australian. Jet black hair, although he's about in his late 50s. Um,
Hey, mate.
Good day. Because I'm glad to see you. I can't do an Australian accent, so I'm not gonna try. We've been poring over the papers recovered from Latvia, and they seem to be cargo invoices for an export company called Aleppo Sadirat. They go all over the world. Most appear to be on the level, except for this one. And he puts it down. It took a while to see it. It's fake. The ink is off its shade, and it seals too nicely done. It's for shipping container ASCC 106696. I think it's a refrigeration unit, contains the rest of that serum and that antidote. This container must be accessible as the hydrogen fuel cell for the generator will have to be changed daily. We traced it to a container to a Liberian registered cargo ship, the Bahrain Tajara. It left Riga right before you got there, within the last 24 hours. It's currently probably in the Baltic.
Oh, it's close to home.
On its way to port in Latakia, Syria. And I guess it's scheduled to be taken to Aleppo.
Mm.
Bucky and I like Aleppo. Little hot for my
There,
taste.
well, I guess you'll get your desert beaches.
No, I said beach, not sand.
Yeah, so we've located I think it won't be hard to track the Bahrain Tajara crossing the Baltic, and I'm sure either we can or we can asset some of our U.S. allies. And he shows you a picture of the ship. Do I have it?
Can you drop us close to the ship and Bucky and I will get on?
I think that might be the plan. But don't quote me on that. That's the
This
warehouse.
is the warehouse.
I have the ship, but so you see the picture of the ship. I have it like on a map or whatever. Right.
Yeah.
So we're lucky. So fortunately, you see, it's not like one of those giant container ships.
Mhm.
Smaller one.
Oh, you didn't show us the picture of a ship.
Oh yeah, I can. Wait, hold on. Sorry about that.
There's furry space.
Yeah, there's furry. There's a ship.
There's between the two different tokens and Amy's icon, there's 3 different Black Widows on screen for me.
Oh really?
That's
Oh,
right.
Yeah, these are on the banner, and then there's. But you see the ship now, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's not too big.
Yeah, it's not big. So just show you a picture of the ship. Oops. Yeah, fortunately, it's not a normal container ship. It's a small cargo ship that has 3 containers on the deck. So maybe it'll be easier. So we have it under observation, and I'll send you back to Fury. I think he's waiting for you.
He's always waiting for us.
Yeah.
Because he's too scared to go himself.
Well, so he says, well, you could continue to sit this one out, but I doubt you're going to want to do that.
No, I just said you don't ever get in active duty anymore. Alright, are you dropping us on ship? Are you putting us in water? What are you doing?
Well, you can go ahead to Syria. That's the final destination for the shipping container.
What are the
But
chances of getting us near that ship before it gets to Syria?
well, that's the last option.
I think that's the first option.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Yeah, it just seems to me like, you know,
Why?
easier to get it while it's in transfer rather than
Yeah,
waiting for it
it's
to get
yeah. I
there.
guess at some point where it is now, when it exits the Skyrock, we're lining up assets. I guess because I figured you'd want that option.
We always want that option. I will dress like mermaid. They will never know. She'll laugh.
Wait, no, I don't want to contact that guy. He's kind of mean. Namor. Right. Right. Well, we can have the Danish Navy stop it and board it for health inspection, but then that might reveal our hand. Or we can have our SAS friends use it or board it. But
I think
well,
it would be more fun to do Halo jump into water and then climb on boat. Wouldn't it be more fun, Bucky?
well, I mean, the USS Florida is out there in the Baltic.
So you're
I think we
saying
don't really want to let them know that we're coming, so seems like if we can do a quiet insertion and then have uh, our SAS and American friends on standby, ready to seize it
Yeah.
once we're ready to go. That's probably the thing to do. But
Well, yeah, we need to make sure, but it's still there and it hasn't been like clandestine. You know, those Hydra aim, they're always tricksy.
yeah,
Yeah. So I
always
think the
those
last
sneaky
option
stuff.
then, well, I guess we'll just go with this option. And this is probably the first option I should have said, because you are, well, you are. Uh, the USS Florida, like I said, is out there in the Baltic, and we can insert you using a sealed delivery vehicle,
that
and you
sounds
can
like
proceed to.
more fun. Then I get to wear new wetsuit.
Hopefully, you won't get wet, but you can find this shipping container and maybe retrieve the serum and antidote, and then we'll provide you with a fake serum and antidote to replace them with a
Mm.
GPS micro tracker.
Mm. There's an idea.
That would work.
I feel that this is our only course of action at this point, seeing Bucky that you're might be in trouble. And I don't want to ground you guys. You're too valuable to me.
Bucky's feeling good at the moment.
Do you see any other course of action, or do you have any questions?
I don't think you can answer my questions. Do you have any, Bucky?
No, that sounds like a plan to me.
Right then.
Alright. Do I get 2 bags of explosives? Can I take explosives with me?
Yeah, we'll get you explosives.
I will plant them periodically places.
All right. So when you get to QM, they get you your wetsuit, grapple gun, waterproof bag with reloads on your weapons. Um, they give you like a couple containers of C4, a couple bricks of C4, not as much as you had before. And they also give it a small device that'll clone the memory of any hard drive or phone brought within 5 yards of it. About 10 to 20 seconds to do that. 10 seconds for a phone, about 20 seconds for just in case there's any AIM agents on board.
Mm-hmm.
And they give you a case of a dozen serum vials with built-in GPS micro trackers. Um, and a bolt cutters and a replacement lock. Although I don't know, the build of the bolt cutters, and they look at Bucky's arm, they just give you the replacement lock.
Mhm.
Okay,
And do they
all
give
right.
us? I'm assuming they said that they're going to insert us like seals, so they would give us the breathing apparatuses so we can go under the water and get
Oh, I
into the
thought
boat.
they're gonna drive you up there, and then you're gonna grapple up on top on the side, but just in case you fall in the water, and then you have like the wetsuits, just in case.
And they don't think we're going to get caught climbing up the side of a boat?
Well, I mean, how else are you gonna get on the boat?
You give us the means to go under the water. We do it at night. We climb up.
Of course, it's gonna be at night. Well, they give you the grapple gun. Yeah, you could do that. They'll drop. They'll kind of get as close as they can. They feel like they can without being spotted. You guys dive in the water, swim up there, grapple up. Sound good?
Yes, we'll growl if there's
Yeah.
any problems. Winter Soldier might howl. You never know.
That's not funny. All right.
Why is it
Well,
not funny, Mr. Furry?
all right. So you again, you kind of take in to a chopper,
Oh, would we have any like stun guns or anything like that?
flashbang grenades, smoke grenades.
But no, like stun guns.
Not really. Like you
We
want a
just use the
taser?
regular kind.
Yeah, you can get tasers if you want.
That's what I meant. But,
Yes, you can get tasers. That's fine. You can get silent. You know, yeah,
well, we already have silencers.
yeah.
They didn't take them
Uh,
away, did they?
if you want to switch out weapons, they give you HK 416 tactical, just for you know. In the game mechanics, it doesn't matter, but for people want to look up what that gun looks like, and they give you pistols with silencers or replace your silencers or whatever.
Would they
Plenty
give
of
us?
ammo.
Would they give us anything like a crossbow?
Crossbow. Really?
You said anything we
Isn't that
want.
isn't that isn't that Hawkeye's thing?
It's silent.
They can get you a crossbow.
Do you want anything else, Bucky?
That's a lot of stuff.
I think I'm gonna be good with just the regular guns with silencers.
Okay.
No. It pays to be prepared.
All right. So they fly you up to the Fury, the Shield thing from London Station,
Mm-hmm.
and then you board another vehicle. Reportedly, you're going to be heading to Oslo,
It will be fun.
and Bucky, roll me another d6.
Uh oh. You're starting to grow fur?
What's the third stat?
I think it's the
Resilience.
resilience.
Ooh,
Yeah.
resilience. All right. Roll that. Roll your resilience, please. What'd you get?
14.
14.
14. What's your resilience? 3?
3. Yeah.
You're feeling a little tougher. Your resilience goes to 4.
Mm.
Your skin is kind of itchy.
Mhm.
Um, and maybe you feel like maybe while you're flying to Oslo, maybe like take a knife and you have to put more pressure to cut yourself. So your resilience goes up to 4. I don't know if you note it might be temporary, but
Yeah, I'll put it under a note just in case. But yeah, I'll do that. Hmm.
Natasha will ask you, is your stubble getting a little bit furrier? Might need to
not
shave.
not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. I can't believe you didn't want the crossbow, Bucky.
All right. Well, it's probably a good place to stop because we'll hit the Bahrain Tahara next time. Is that cool?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, maybe, yeah, I have a roll.
Go ahead and roll what?
Nothing. Well, I got rolls like session one. Uh, um, I'll probably just like show you guys before we close out. Oops.
That is a lot of Natasha's on the screen.
There are 11 touches on the screen. Oops.
We need more Buckies.
All winter soldiers.
Well, why is Bucky so small?
He was bigger.
He was bigger. He's not bigger anymore.
Oh, did it like switch? So,
I can't shrink hers.
really?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think resizing is a GM only.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, probably because I hit like Control
There's
Z because I thought it would do something else, but that's cool. All right. Well, I'll just switch you over to the other um, screen and put you here as you see the ship and watching it, on your little tablet or whatever as it sails across the Baltic. And we'll pick it up next time. Any questions or comments, players? Thanks for playing.
Thank you.
I haven't developed, and probably need to script a proper outro, but you know me. Right. So thank you guys for playing. Seriously,
Yeah,
hope
yeah.
you
Thank
enjoyed
you.
a little bit of Bucky and Natasha. I know
Yes.
we there's more of like info dump and sit rep type of stuff in between. But what's going on with Bucky?
Yeah.
Bucky's
And
feeling good.
before he undergoes the change,
Mm-hmm.
maybe he's looking on his tablet or phone and see when the next full moon is.
Yeah.
But in any case, we'll see you guys later. And thanks for playing.
Mhm.
And thank you, people, for watching. Hit like and subscribe. And hey, I really like this game. I like Marvel Multiverse role playing. So, if you guys have any suggestions on other team ups we could do, shoot us a line. And yeah, without anything else to say, I don't have anything else to say. Good night and good rolling.
Bye.
Bye.